Hey guys, just a quick update video, keeping you in the loop anyway. A bunch of life happened, and long story short, we're getting 2 more screw machines. So then wonders, how the heck are they going to fit in here? And we got a lot of rearranging to do, and a lot of work. I'm thinking I'm going to have to move this one back, so it's basically going to kind of live where the current workbench is, and so the current workbench is going to live over here now. So that's a lot of crap that's got to move. And so by moving the workbench and moving this machine over and then pushing the Scout outside with a cover on it, 2 more will go right here. That's pretty much all I've got. I did pick up a drill sharpener. I think I have a few videos that I have yet to actually release, but it's a nice Derrick's drill sharpener. I also picked up this really sweet drill press here from an estate sale for a screaming deal, so I can do a video on that one a bit later. But for now, it's going to be basically mass disorganization from the usual somewhat organization. The drill sharpener came with that stand there, and that's Derrick's is an expensive drill sharpener, and that is the non-homeowner brand, so that's a professional one. And I guess I'm going to need it if I'm going to have 3 screw machines. And I'm still kind of dumbfounded that I'm getting 2 more, and then a whole parts machine with it. So a lot of thinking has gone on as to the arrangement of this new adventure, and I have a support beam across this side of the garage, which I don't really want to put anything over that if I have to run electrical to it. So I'm trying to keep all machines on this side here. This bench will go here, so that all has to go. I do have that carbide grinder, which I'll probably end up using, so there's a use for that. All that I gotta go through and throw away. I've held on to a lot of stuff over the years, and I just have a lot of crap. So we're gonna do some well-needed gutting of things, and I think I can still get away with not selling the Scout. I think if she lives outside with a nice cover on her, she'll just be fine. New adventures have butted in the way of her, and I have not touched her in, a good 5 months, probably. Whenever that last video I released out for Scout Sundays, that was pretty much the last time I worked on it. I'm still getting a few orders for this thing, so in the long term it shouldn't take me too much to move it, and then I think I'm going to take it off of its lift, because last time when I tried to pick it up and even get it on those feet, it was just super sketchy all the way around. I did get another toe jack, so it should be a little bit easier to just kind of lift it up and then set it down. And then I also drilled, big holes in my ship for mounting the machine and the bar stand down there. So those are it's gonna have to shove about 2 foot toward the wall and then over. And what I'm hoping is that I'm gonna have a nice aisleway with this door, because this thing has always been kind of in the way, basically. And I've tried rearranging them a few times with the tape measure, and I don't want to impose on this side because I want to park my truck over there. I want to try to keep it all on this side, and in order for me to do that, all of them have to face lengthwise, because both of them also have a 12-foot mechanical bar feeder. These are CNC screw machines. So, I mean, that bar right there is 12 foot. So that's basically the imprint of that machine. 1, 2. I might have to bust down this one stick out of this false wall a previous homeowner put in. So it's got some electrical to it, but we can knock that down. No problem if we have to. And I'm hoping by shoving her over, putting her down, I can put the other machine here and the other machine here. These are backwards from this one, so instead of standing here with the bar tube on your left, these ones you're standing here and the bar tube is on your right. So that kind of works out, because then I can keep an eye on this one and then turn around, and then here's the other one, and then this is all not set in stone, but it's kind of the only option I got. And then the other one will be there. Yeah, so things are changing here at the old shop, and I'll still do mowers, and I'll still work on the Scout, but right now in life, I got other things to do. But I am sorry I haven't posted much. A lot of life happened, so here I am. Anyway, I will keep you guys updated. For the most part, I'm thinking I'm still gonna move the workbench. That'll work. I'm tired of walking all the way over there to do something and then walking all the way back. So that workbench will live right here. So all that's got to go. And then the machine will come down and shove over. And then I think before I set the other machines down, I'm gonna do the floor, because I did the floor around this one and it was really nice, and I wish I kind of extended it out, because it makes wiping up oil a lot easier, because all three of these are going to be using cutting oil, so it's going to be oily. And so I bought another set of machinery skates, so both of them can live on skates once I get them, and then basically they're just going to live where the Scout is for now. Scout will be outside, 2 machines will be there while I rearrange things and figure out how the heck I'm going to jam pack 3 of these in here. And then with the installment of 3 of them, I will need to upgrade my electrical. And so this thing will have a phase converter for all 3. I don't know if I'll be running all 3 at once, but I need to, have enough oomph to do that. Not start all 3 at once. That's kind of obscene. But if I can fire two up, potentially a third if I have another order, that will be ideal. Now, I don't have any work lined up for these two that I'm getting. It was a screaming deal for how much crap I'm going to get here. Obviously, the guy was retiring and he was done doing his small business, so lo and behold, here I am. So that is my current update. Sorry for the rambling. I hope all of your years are going well, or your days, anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright, well, we're making progress. The Scout is outside and tucked away. The workbench in the corner is now over here. Boy, howdy, that thing is not light. There's my skates. There's like a bar to pull the skates. I need to find my other set of skates, and then I'm gonna try to work on that tomorrow or later today. I don't know. Nap sounds kind of good. I don't know if I'll have to take out these cabinets. I do have one support column right there, which if I do take that wall out, I still have to have that support column. So, I don't know. But now we've got a good amount of room to at least store the machines in here. And then I can figure out what in the world I'm going to do here. So ideally, it'd be nice to seal this floor. But I would like to know where the machines are going first. And then we'll find out, I guess. So this is just a plain old garage with just a little bit of an extra couple feet on that side, and then there's another whole bay on that side which is completely full of crap. So progress, we're making it. All right, here they are. Traveling wasn't terrible. Unloading and loading was awful. The skates worked, however, I would have gotten the tank track ones instead of just the rollers, because it would have been a lot nicer. Anyway, these are two F12 1981 Citizen screw machines with bar feeders on the U-Haul there, and it came with extra parts and all this malarkey here. The bar feeders are ridiculously long. They are not just a 12-foot like what comes off the Brownie here. They're like 18-foot. So I don't know if I will be able to put them in this way. So we might have to get kind of creative. I'm thinking it might be possible to put the bar feeders on rollers, and then when I need them I can roll them into place and hook them up, and when I don't need them I can put them somewhere. I'm not sure the whole scheme of things right now, but I would like it to not be such a pain. So I gotta get a tape measure and I gotta do some figuring out here. And I'm pretty sure if one machine would be like right there and then the whole bar feeder would be that. And then where would the Brownie go? I don't know. we got some plans and figuring out to do, but I have a buddy coming over to help me. We got to unload these two ginormous bar feeders, and I'm going to put them on some furniture dollies from the good old Harbor Freight so that they're at least easy to roll around. They were not easy to get into that U-Haul because U-Haul's trailer gate is, you know, not a solid ramp, so small hardened wheels don't like that. So the gentleman ended up using his Kubota tractor, and we lifted the bar up, and then I wrestled the two stands onto the trailer, and then he came in with the tractor and we lowered the ginormous bar back onto the stands. So each of these came with one bar feeder, and then there is one like parts bar feeder, but it just doesn't have the tube. And the gentleman did tell me he did have the tube along with another carcass of a machine, which we will get together at a later date, maybe about a year from now, when he starts cleaning out his garage and shop. They did come with all the books here, which frankly are probably worth their weight in gold. So we got a lot of reading to do. Not too shy of that. Programming, maintenance, and whatnot. That is a spare control board from the parts machine, which he has robbed some parts out of. You're looking at unknowns, just like me. I don't know. This one did work. I saw this one work. So the white one works. The blue one does not, or I didn't see it powered on. He said it did work. They were running into, oh geez, there you go. I forgot the problems he was saying. They both need a very good cleaning. They are both dated 1981. Everything in here says made in Japan. So they built them good, I suppose. This one doesn't have like an air cover. That one has like we put a piece of cloth over it there for filtering, and this one seems to not care. These are two different machines, however it's like 784 and 785, and then they went off to their two separate living places, and then he picked up, I think, this one first, and then he went and bought that one, and then it turns out that the serial numbers are one digit apart. So these have been down the assembly line together, possibly within the same day. This blue one liked to fall off the skates twice. Not hard landings, we're talking gentle. Still a terrible pain in the ass, if you ask me. These skates I picked up off of Amazon for like $180. They're okay. They got the job done. I don't know if I'd like them again, but they were cheap and they worked. So I can't really get in there and show you guys too much, but they came with parts, transformer, spare motherboards, more parts, tooling, some sample programs, which I was super thankful for. So, yeah. I guess we got to do some figuring out here with a tape measure. This one has an hour meter on it. So she's got some hours on her. This was the workhorse, and that one was the somewhat workhorse. Right? So, now what? I guess we'll have to do some figuring, huh? You gonna wag your tail? No. Okay. We are both tired. I'm tired. It's been a long 2 days hauling these things. Went up yesterday and picked up the bar feeders, and wouldn't you know it, I got a flat tire on the trailer. So every day's an adventure here. I guess I'll update you guys when more things happen. Alright, we've been doing a little bit of digging here, and I'm pretty sure these are 220 3-phase. However, on the tag, it doesn't say nothing. Nothing there. Nothing for the power supply. I'm only going off of this main switch, which tells me 220 here, 50 amps, right? And so, for those that don't know, Fanuc is like a pretty big name in CNC, and so for a memory backup, which is very important, they utilize batteries that you should change. This one says once a year. However, when I popped the battery cover off, they say best if used by January of 2003. And we got some lovely buildup in there. However, when I put a voltmeter on it, it still says 4.5 volts. So we're going to cross our fingers on that one. I did get a spare battery backup here. So I'm trying to think of a way I can splice in enough power to keep it on so I can change out these batteries. And I'm sorry for the light glare there. You're right under near one of the other lights. So we're gonna put this back. This one came out of a company called Vickers, which makes hydraulic fittings. At least that's the Vickers I think it is anyway. So good thing it was maintained in February of '01. Why are you so whitewashed here? Huh. Let me clean your lens here and we'll be right back. Alright, well, we got the bar feeders off the trailer. It took about an hour or so. It wasn't bad. Luckily we put two straps under the base and then lifted it up like those moving straps people use on fridges and washers and dryers. So that worked really good. And then the Harbor Freight wooden dollies are awesome. And so these are relatively easy to roll around. However, you can see they are to my garage door to me. And that's like well over 16 foot. So these things are massive in terms of length. And so that kind of throws a, what's the saying? Throws a wrench in the works. I guess. So I cannot orientate them how I thought I could. So the current plan of things is the brownie is going to spin 90 degrees, which would make its bar feeder stick way out over here. However, we're going to cut the bar feeder tube to 6 foot because that's all I really run on it. So then that one is easily removed so I can still access my workbench and all that. Okay, and then 1 screw machine, 2 screw machines with these ginormous bar feeders going through all the way to the other side of the garage and darn near touching the wall on the garage. The problem with that is in order to load longer pieces, typically this style of bar feeder pivots out of the way, so we're going to have to rig up something to swing the backside. So it's going to get interesting for sure. Alright, had to stick you by the fire. I guess some moisture got in the lens. Anyway, so this is the battery backup here, which goes into the main motherboard, I guess, and then everything splits off of that. However, I don't really see a way I can really splice into that and supply it with power without going through the main there. So that means I'm kind of on a time crunch of getting 3-phase because I really need to power these on and replace those batteries, or else I'll lose all my parameters, which is basically the brain of the machine, so it knows what it's doing. I do have backups of the parameters, but I'd rather not have to manually input them all back into it. So these have been sitting roughly 1.5 years, 2 years. So there's some little furry friend signs down in the bottom, which is never a great sign. And then the fans are nice and dusted with sawdust. Reading in the book, it says it uses a heat exchanger to filter the air. So this is something somebody put on like aftermarket, which is not a bad idea. So there must be some heat exchanger behind this that cleans the air, supposedly. When this one was running, this sucker was pretty loud, so I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. These are your lube tanks. It's got a pull-up piston thing where you pull that up and then it forces fluid to go through all the ways there. You got your coolant pump there. The casting on this is interesting. So you got a big cavity that's ribbed back here, and you got the whole machine side over there. And I'll push this one out so you guys can see. I'm not gonna do both of them. I'm just gonna do this one for you. Okay. Let me set you down, possibly. Okay, and I'll need to go around and give her a shove. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't want to forget you. Ah. We're okay. So machine side, we have two indexable turrets here with live tooling. Programming it doesn't look terrible. It does have some quirks. So there isn't tool 1, tool 2, tool 3. Ooh, let me get the light for you here. So this one actually has tools 11 through 15 on this bottom turret, and then it's got tools 21 through 25 on the upper. Try to get it a little bit better for you. It does have a light up here, but when it was on, it was like super dim. When I saw this one running, that guy spins. This is your guide bushing basically, and so the turrets never go into that guide bushing. They're stuck right here, so that ought to be interesting. Anyway, there's the cute little number tags there, and then the one up here. So I'm not sure what this guy in the middle is. I guess I'll have to read that a little bit more. Controller wise, I got some learning to do. This is a Fanuc 3T, like so. It's got buttons and dials and things. It can go up to 10,000 RPMs, and I was kind of reading where this will tell you the program you're running, and then this is like one long continuous line of code it's running, so you can go in there and edit it that way. The buttons are not satisfactory. There's no clicky click, they're more mushy. Now, I saw this one run, so I know it runs. I did snag a original Fanuc CRT that would fit right here. It's got the same number pad, and it's got a screen right here. I'm not sure how difficult that would be to splice in. I know it was an option that you could get. So I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to take this carcass of one and try to splice it into that and see if it works. I'd rather not screw up the machine I know that works. If anything, we'd throw it into that one, and that will be our guinea pig. I do have the manuals on this. However, the best way I like to learn is just doing it. So that's why I would like to get 3-phase. So speaking of 3-phase, that means that one would be 3-phase, this one would be 3-phase, and that one would be 3-phase. So we're looking at roughly a 15 horsepower phase converter, which is roughly about $1,400. And then Sparkies aren't cheap either, but I was thinking of just having them plumb it in and then hook up just a cord that I could just plug into the back, because these are of course temporary because they're on skates. So that is what we're looking at here. It does have a little door. It did get a whammy. He said he was working on something with that, and it like let loose and just came down with all its might when he first got them. He's had these about 10 years, making all sorts of little doodads and things. So this one is mainly all turning tools. There is a knurler there. But I haven't seen much of live tooling with these. So there's your live tooling spot. This one looks a lot cleaner machine-wise. However, the controller is pretty wore out. You can't really tell what's what anymore compared to this one. This one you can at least kind of tell what things are. And then the other one, this one, that one down there is pretty fried too when it comes to the lithograph, whatever they are. I was starting to wipe it, and I was actually taking off the Syncom F12 up there. So we're not going to do that. Now I do have books that give illustrations of what everything does, and I can come back here with a label maker and make some. So you got your joystick. I know this is your hand jog, so it's because it's got the hand. Hand jog, you know, slower, faster. One of those is MDI, and then automatic, of course. So this is opposite because your bar feeder is this way. So you got X positive, or no you don't. You have X positive, X negative, Z negative, or no, Z positive, and Z plus. So everything's backwards. And I think I remember him saying that one of the turrets is backwards as well. So he had a G, it was like a G99 call up or something, that it would flip flop the position of the turret, so you could just program one and then it would work for both. Lots of things we're gonna have to learn here, but we're gonna do our best. And I keep telling myself it's an investment because I'm kind of overwhelmed, I guess. However, it's a wise investment. So, yeah. These are a 1981. So, they came up on Facebook Marketplace, and I just needed to have them, I guess. And they have, this is your input there. I don't know what the heck that is. Some kind of plug, but this is how you communicate with it. And my hope is to get them somewhat powered up by the end of the year. However, I know that's a pretty substantial goal if I want to be eating top ramen for the rest of the year, which I don't really want to. Oh, come on, you goof. And they do have a nice base, and then this has more electronic doodads in it because they have that screen there. So this one at least moves somewhat. Come on, move. There it goes. So I'm having to do a lot of shuffling to get around in the garage, and I'm not a fan of that. So we're gonna attempt to organize this somehow. And this is one of those things where I bought them and I hauled them home, and now I'm like, well, what the heck? Where do they go? Where do they go? So we'll figure something out, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. I am not gone. I've been just busy with life, I suppose. And I will still do small engine stuff and all the random things as well. These will just be more prominent in the channel if you so wish. If not, please let me know. I know a lot of these are pretty outdated. And the guy I got these from, he was probably in his 70s. So I definitely have his number. Because I'm going to have some struggles, I know. And he'll be the one to contact. If not, I have plenty of books, I guess. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving.